All right, let's get to the superlatives. All right, welcome to the Sheath Superlatives of the Night, guys. This segment is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. Make sure you go to sheathunderwear.com. Use promo code COFFEEN, the letter N, not coffee and coffee N, KOs, and you'll get 20% off your entire order. I promise you guys will not be disappointed. They are the most comfortable underwear that you could possibly wear. The material is great, and yeah, they're amazing. So don't forget to go to sheathunderwear.com. Promo code coffee and KOs, 20% off your entire order. Don't forget to sheath your dagger. All right. So first superlative of the night, jacked on caffeine performance of the night. So I actually went back and forth with two people here. I'm hoping that we can kind of spread love throughout the card. We don't pick the same people for all three, really. I'm actually going to go with Alexander Volkov. I think overall his performance was really, really good. I think that, a lot of people, I know he came in as the favorite. Obviously, a lot of people were high on Overeem, though, too. And I think that we got to see how good of a striker Volkov really is. He put on a really good performance. He really didn't stop from beginning to end, just punches and bunches really the entire fight. Brought it to Overeem, busted him up pretty good. And I think at the end of the day, Alexander Volkov gets my jacked on caffeine performance of the night.
Mine might be a little biased. You obviously know where I'm going to go with this. I have to go with my guy, Benny Dariush. This is just like it's like two top 10 guys. Whoever wins this is really going to like surpass everyone and maybe jump up to like top 8, top 7, maybe. We'll see. But just the way that he did it against a third degree black belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter, he just took the game to him, took the fight to him, went to the ground, and really just out-grappled him, got all the takedowns. His striking looked really good. So I'm really just pumped to see where he goes from here. Like he's really going to get a lot of attention now. So Benil Dariush, jacked on caffeine, that's my guy.
Yeah, I'll go with the fight we haven't even talked about much other than the guy getting fired from it. I'll give it to Odi Osborne. He got the night started off right, and like he seemed like he was on caffeine. Not walking out there though. Like walking out there is just all sleepy and kind of slow. And then as soon as he rolled with that kick, he hit that straight left and jumped on Rivera and gave Chris Tyone no choice but to stop it right away. 29 seconds in. So it's just like. I mean, and Rivera wasn't out of it, but it was how Odi Osborne went right in there and didn't give him a chance to really respond. I mean, he hit him with the left and then with about 5 or 6 ground and pound hooks on. That's just like Sandhagen's finish was great, but it was so smooth. Like it wasn't like jacked. Like I feel like I'll give it to Osborne for that. Yeah.
All right, next one, espresso shot of the night. I feel like there's only one answer. It was so Odi Osborne was actually the front runner up until Corey Sandhagen landed the flush knee. I don't know that anybody could pick anything different. I mean, that shot was just like we said. We're in February and we're already saying that's probably going to be the knockout of the year. I mean, just an absolute filthy knockout, perfect timing. Just perfect everything, the way he set it up. Everything was great about it. And Sandhagen, not only was the knockout great, but obviously the fight, major implications, and to come out in a fight that's going to give you the number one contender spot, and you do that with it, it was 20-something seconds or whatever it was, and you knock him out, with it in that fashion, in a fight with such big implications. Like, I feel like Corey Sandhagen, he has officially inserted himself as the number one contender, and that knee was just absolutely filthy. He is my espresso shot of the night.
Yeah, I did have Ode Osborne on there, just because it was the first fight of the night that really started, kind of just set the tone for everything. I know everything kind of went a little downhill after that, but we were all super jacked up after that. It was like 20-30 seconds into the fight, and I thought it was just kind of hilarious because Jerome Rivera was like yelling, screaming before the fight, getting like all jacked up. And he had just fought like what, 2 weeks ago against Davison Figueiredo's brother, and he was really trying to turn around here, catch a W, and he just got put out in such a quick fashion, and it was just such a clean punch to do it. So I'll give it to Osborne to spread it around a little bit.
Yeah, I got to give it to Sandhagen just to make sure he gets at least a couple. I can't have Osborne having more superlatives than.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just like out of principle, like I get it. It was, but yeah, there's only so many flying knee knockouts. Never before Frankie. Like, yeah, that's a shot.
Well, and not to take anything away from Osborne's knockout though, like to catch a kick and then just load up and haul off on Rivera. I mean, that was super impressive. I mean, if there was knockout of the night, unfortunately, he wouldn't win a bonus because Sandhagen took it away from him. But I mean, it was a hell of a knockout. And Rivera might be getting his walking papers as well. He hasn't really looked that great either.
100%.
So, I think that there's a good chance that that might have been the last we see of Jerome Rivera. And then my decaf performance of the night, for me, there's only one guy. I had a live video on Instagram about it. I sounded off on him. Not that it mattered. My parlay was broken anyway, but Yusuf Zalal, man, so his win over Peter Barrett, our guy, it was impressive. He looked good, but since then he has not looked good. And this fight and the game plan from Yusuf Zalal was terrible. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. He was just bouncing around the octagon, going for takedowns. He just looked awful. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I was mad because, like, to me, like, he was almost a lock. I really, really liked him. Like, I had him in my parlay. Like, I had Guida and I had Janes. Those are my two dogs that I picked for my parlay. If they would have lost, no big deal. Zalal to me was like a lock. And to come out and tonight was the night of the underdog. A lot of underdogs won. Molly McCann lost, and she was kind of she was a favorite. But Zalal to me, a lot of people are really high on him. He's young. He can be flashy. He looked awful. There was no flash, no kicks thrown, which he has really good kicks. The striking was terrible, and I think that he was scared. I think that the other dude had more power, and he was scared of it. I don't know. It was a very weird fight from Zalal, and it did aggravate me because I thought that he is. I don't know how good he is, but I know he's better than that performance he put on. I think that he looked really, really bad in that fight, and I was very unimpressed. So he gets my decaf performance of the night, Yusuf Zalal.
I will say I was impressed by Choi.
I was
He looked
too.
really good. But I get where you're coming from. He was a favorite in that, and we've seen him fight before, and he's been incredible. So he definitely dropped the ball. But I was bouncing back and forth here. Obviously, Rivera was kind of on the top of my list there. I am going to give it to Overeem. He really disappointed me, and I think he disappointed a lot of people in that fight. I think a lot of people were choosing him as a live dog going into that, and that was really a do or die fight. Whoever won that one was going to kind of get into title contention a little quicker, potentially into the top 5. And I really thought he was like turtling up like on purpose, trying to do like the rope-a-dope thing. And then it just turned out that he was just getting pieced up the whole time, and he was getting cut up very bad. And the way that he got finished, it just kind of looked pretty sad when he just kind of fell to the ground, and you were just like, well, that was very anticlimactic. So I was really expecting more. I thought it was going to go at least like 3-4 rounds, and it just happened too quick for me. I had a lot riding on Overeem in that one, so love the guy, but yeah, decaf performance for me.
I'm going to go with Michael Johnson, being a pretty massive favorite in a fight where what Clay Guida was coming out to do. So, and Clay Guida just did it. It's just, and for all 3 rounds, to lose a 30-27 across the board as a minus 250 favorite, and just like, that just is like, he shouldn't have been that much of a favorite, sure. But like, the thing that's frustrating is that you saw the hand speed and you saw the power a few times in that fight. So he still has that ability, and he just refuses to put it together. And I mean, it's like just he has this great wrestling pedigree, yet he doesn't seem to be able to apply it to MMA. And it was just like a really, like, for being a pink slip fight, like he wasn't fighting like he was trying to defend his job.